How's it going, guys? I'm Chase Lee reporting for We Live Film Entertainment on the We Live Film section on that website. And I've been reviewing South by Southwest movies, and I got another one for you guys, and that would be the Greasy Strangler. Oh boy, here we go. So I have to read this IMDb kind of plot to you because you have to know what you're getting yourself into. Ronnie runs a disco walking tour with his son Brayden. When a sexy woman takes the tour, it begins a competition between father and son for her love. It also signals the arrival of an oily stranger who stalks the streets at night. I'm not making that up. That's the plot. Okay, so going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I've heard some really shitty things about it, so let's get real and break this down. Let's start with the writing and directing. Now, the writing is atrocious. All the dialogue that is spewed out of these actors' mouths is awful. But I will say that the story is so outlandish and so ridiculous, I kind of enjoyed it just a hair. The thing is with this movie, it's so bad that it borderlines in that, like, it's so bad it's good territory. And I have a feeling the director wanted to make, like, a bad movie. Like, that's not a bad thing. Some of my favorite ones to watch for entertainment value is, like, Troll 2 in the Room and stuff. And this one's kind of like on that level, but I just didn't enjoy this movie. It wasn't entertaining in the slightest, but like I said, just a little bit, enough to where I won't give it too bad of a grade. But yeah, the writing's atrocious. The story is just so fucking weird, and I just no. The directing is pretty bad in terms of a directing, because director's job is to focus on the performance of the actors, and the actors were about as dry and wooden as, you know, a piece of wood, or yeah, see how creative was that? Or it was super overcooked and overdone. So it was like this weird mismatch of like either underdone performances or overdone. And on that level, at least it was consistent. And I will say, when I get into the acting, there was one actor in particular that I really enjoyed. But in terms of the directing and writing, it's just it's one of those like weird underground like horror movie, like horror comedy movies I just didn't care for. And I've seen, you know, awful movies and I don't enjoy them, but this one just was not entertaining at all. Like I said, in some spots they were, and that's why I won't give it too bad of a grade. But it's just not for me. Acting wise, the son, the kid, the guy that plays Brayden, he was the best thing about the movie. You know why? Because he was so monotone and he was so serious at it. I enjoyed it because at least he was consistent with his performance. And I was like, that is hilarious, because the whole time he was monotone and it was so funny. But yeah, the acting is just bad. Everyone is just not good, and the scenes of the Greasy Strangler like killing people, it's so just awful. And like like he tries to strangle them, and like you can tell like the hands are like around the throat, but they're not like actually like squeezing in, so they're just like doing that weird like shake and just kind of like holding onto the neck. So yeah, the acting is just not good, but I do like the son though, because I loved his monotoneness with his serious nature of the film. Cinematography wise, some of the shots are fine. I mean, it's a better shot movie than like most like shitty looking movies, but it's just the cinematography is very flat and it doesn't really do anything for me. And the director's kind of lazy using the same shot on some sequences. And I'm just like, can we like mix it up a bit or something? But it's fine. I mean, it's not a poorly shot movie at all. If you're talking like studio standards and like just an actual movie, some shots work, but for the most part, it's not inventive or anything. It doesn't, especially when you have like something as crazy as the Greasy Strangler. Like, you should have went with it. You should have went balls to the wall and made it like this really cool like horror comedy looking thing with great. I don't know. I don't know how you could save this project, but then again, this is why I don't make films. This is why I criticize. Editing wise, it's about an hour and a half. I mean, if you're entertained by these awful performances and awful story and just the movie in general, then you might enjoy yourself. But if not, it's gonna be the most awkward experience ever, because there's a lot of prosthetic dicks hanging around and stuff, and those things look like dry clay, and it's just come on, man. Both of the guys have prosthetics on, which is part of the joke. I get it, but you gotta fix that up, I guess. And the thing with the editing and the pace of the movie is that the movie seems like it ends like 800 times. Like you feel like it could end here, but it kept dragging on. And it's like, and there are some shots that just like they leave on for like 30 seconds and they're so awkward. It's like you could have cut that like 10, 15 seconds ago. So in some regards, it's like edited very poorly. It's very choppy. But I was entertained just ever so slightly on the most absurd level to where like it didn't bother me that much, but I did notice it as a film. It's just, it was choppy in some parts and it left a little long on too many scenes, and it felt like it dragged on, and it could have just ended at certain points at the end. But yeah, whatever. I guess that on a level of like it's so bad it's good, I give it like a C minus. But we're talking movie, folks. It's not a good movie. D minus. I don't like this movie at all. It just, the reason why I like Troll 2 and like The Room is because I can find most of it enjoyable, to where like it's just, I don't know, maybe it's the cheesy, corny lines that were said in those movies that I remember those a lot more than this one. There weren't any memorable lines except for the son. Like I said, his line delivery was so great and just so deadpan. Love it. So I give it a D minus only because I like that performance, but everything else is awful. It's just an awful movie. But if you like those type of movies where like they're so bad they're good, you might enjoy this. So have you seen the Greasy Strangler, or have you even heard of it? Comment in the place where open my face and let me know. I'm Chase Lee reporting for WeLiveEntertainment.com in the We Live film section, covering some South by Southwest films. And this is my second film of the festival. I'll have a whole lot more coming at you guys. So I'll see you guys next time for whatever I review next. See you guys later.